When you wake up, don't curse. Don't say, oh my goodness, I'm late. Oh, let me snooze. Oh, I'm not rested enough. The 90% who take life as if it's our right. It's our right to wake up in the morning. Do you want to be among the 10%? The 10% who truly make a mark. But you know, this Christmas, one of the things I've been thinking about is the story of the 10 lepers in the Bible. And you know, I'm fascinated as I was describing this story to our youngest daughter. She was asking me, so how was leprosy like? I'm like, leprosy was these open wounds. We've been watching the series Chosen. I encourage you to watch it. And I remember watching people, they were on a queue waiting for something, and then all of a sudden they scattered. And this man is dragging himself, and he has these open sores, open wounds. Certainly he's smelling, and nobody wants to be near him. Truly, these patients were scorned. They were looked down upon. Can you imagine 10 lepers, 10 men who had lived a life of being ostracized, never felt human. In fact, they felt inhuman, more like animals. And then Jesus comes their way, and they are cleansed and healed. Can you imagine if it was you and I? How we would feel? It's almost like you've been reborn. It's like the part of your life that was before the healing didn't exist. All of a sudden, they could talk to people. They could shake their hands. They could come close to people. They could live. They had a whole new license of life. And off they go, all 10 of them. But one of them remembers that this is a gift and turns back and goes and tells our Lord Jesus, thank you. You and I, are we in the 10% or are we in the 90%? The 90% who take life as if it's our right. It's our right to wake up in the morning. Now, the other day, kindergarten children were teaching me how to wake up. Let me teach you. When you wake up, don't curse. Don't say, oh my goodness, I'm late. Oh, let me snooze. Oh, I'm not rested enough. How about you learn from my kindergarten friends and actually start with a song? Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. Thank you, my Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. No matter what kind of mood you've woken up with, I guarantee you something will change. And if you start your day with the acknowledgement that the gift of life is such a precious gift, everything else you do in the course of the day will spring from the well springs of gratitude. As you walk through life, what are the things you're taking for granted, like the 9 lepers? Remember that the gift of life, the gift of friendship, oh, by the way, I'll be talking about friendship soon, the gift of work done well, honest work. Even when your work is to sweep, I noticed a lady there sweeping the road with such love. And I was like, whoa, she's probably doing more work with impact than a chief executive of a Fortune 500 company because of the love she's putting into it. So as we get to the end of 2024, a leap year like no other, I want to encourage you to take stock. Open your journal. I hope you have our journal. And write down everything you're grateful for. And cultivate within you the gift of gratitude. Let me end with a last story. Recently, I was speaking to some leaders across Africa. We've been reshaping leadership across Africa. And I asked them, how many of you say thank you to your payroll manager or your HR person when you're paid? Do you just take it for granted? Of course, I've done my work. Today is 20 whatever. My salary should be coming in. One time I worked with someone who would write a thank you note with every salary she was paid. And I was like, what is all this? She told me, Pat, if you have worked in an organization which was going through a hard time and they couldn't pay us for 3-4 months, we don't take it for granted when you're paid on time. Let me remind you that everything you have, your children, your spouse, your parents, everything, that work, those friends, your skills, your talents are all a gift. How about we start today and say thank you for the gifts? Because a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. But I also want to say an attitude of gratitude determines the altitude of your next steps. I wish you a blessed and a highly impactful 2025. Let's see you on the other side.